Hello, 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 Christmas Flixers. Welcome back to season 3 of Chicks on Christmas Flicks, where we can never have too many Christmas movies. We can only have not enough Christmas movies. I'm KL Brady, and guess what, guys? We are almost at week 1 of Countdown to Christmas. It begins October 21st. I am so incredibly excited. And then movies begin on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries and the Hallmark channel. So we're gonna get movies, and then the new movies start on Friday for the Hallmark channel, and then Saturday for Hallmark Movies and Mysteries and the Hallmark channel. So I am super excited. And then plus, it's gonna add to that the fact that Lifetime has a couple of Christmas offerings, not only on Friday, but coming up Monday, and I will talk about those later. First, work is still absolutely insane. Crazy. I've been drawn into a lot of projects that I did not think I would be drawn into, but it's all good. I mean, it's job security, which means I'll be able to pay my mortgage and my electric bill so I can do my podcast, and I'll be able to pay my podcast bills. However, you know, it is a little stressful sometimes and a little exhausting, but it doesn't matter because, you know, Christmas movies give me energy, give me all the energy. And so I am so excited about getting started on the regular cadence starting next weekend. I'm thinking, you know, Sunday to Monday that I will start doing my regular weekly episodes where I will highlight at least 3 movies for the week, you know, in terms of recaps. And then I will, any others that I add onto that list, I will do, you know, kind of just do a quick review and a rating. If you haven't already, please check out episode 5 of season 3, where I just talked about Diversity Day. It was so exciting. So much coming up this season. This season is just packed full of movies, including the Diversity Day. And there's a lot on Diversity Day. That's a long episode. I am not joking. But if you listen to Diversity Day, my recommendation is to use the chapter markings that I put in, and then skip around. Don't try to listen to it all in one day because it's a lot. And also, if you look in the show notes, there should be a place to download a copy of all the Diversity Day selections so that you can look at them and track them throughout the season, and you'll know which ones to pay particular attention to, because we want to make sure we watch all the movies. Of course, we want to watch the diverse movies because if they get good ratings, then they'll make more, and then, you know, those are fun times. So just check out Diversity Day. That was a great episode. There is a lot coming out this season. So we're going to get into running down the 2022 season in just a moment. But first things first, St. Nick shout outs. As always, I love to begin the show with shout outs to listeners. I'm so thankful for you guys. You know I'm thankful. I say it all the time. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it, because it's just the truth. You know, whether you squeeze the show into your busy schedule or you take time out of your busy schedule to listen, I'm grateful no matter what. Starting next weekend, I'll be going back into the full blown out St. Nick shout outs, where I not only shout out your location, but I'll talk a little bit about Christmas in your neighborhood. So please make sure you tune in, because I may be shouting out your city next. With that said, I have picked 5 listener locations to shout out today. So let's get started. Remember, I don't know who you are, but I know where you live. The first location for this episode is Monroe, Michigan. Monroe, yay, thank you, Monroe. I'm so glad you guys could join the show. Number 2, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Rocky Mount. I have to say, you know, Rocky Mount to me is like I have 3 kind of homes. I have Ohio, which is my mom's home, North Carolina, which is my dad's home, and then Washington, D.C. is in the middle, where they met and how they met and fell in love, and where they gave birth to me. So I consider Ohio and North Carolina second homes, but more of my family right now is in North Carolina. So I definitely feel more kinship in North Carolina just because I have so much family down there. So I love North Carolina. Thank you guys for tuning in. Number 3 is Burbank, California. Thank you, Burbank, for tuning in. Number 4 is Paris, France. That is one of my bucket list locations. I forever want to go there. I mean, seriously, like, want to go there sometime. And then number 5 is Land O'Lakes, Florida. I found this funny because I actually have Land O'Lakes margarine in my refrigerator right now. So when I saw Land O'Lakes, Florida, I was like, I wonder if they have farms where they make the margarine there. Is that where it came from? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, everybody, for listening, and St. Nick shout outs. Remember to tune in next week because I'm going to be doing the full blown out St. Nick shout out show starting next week and throughout the season. Okay, coming up now is ho 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 holiday headlines. Now I have to tell you guys, I don't have a whole lot of news, but I do have some. So let's go through the little bit of news that I do have for today. First of all, and I think this is the most important news that anyone could ever speak this time of the year. So I am going to say it. I'm going to say it from my soul because this is so critical. Peanuts. Yes, the show. Charlie Brown, the Peanuts, and where to watch it. Because we have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, and we have Christmas. And we need to know where we can see the Peanuts. And we want to see the Peanuts for free. You don't want to pay to see the Peanuts. Just saying. This is critical. This is critical stuff. So I'm going to tell you where you can see it free and when you can see it free. And we're all going to watch it together because, Peanuts is a tradition. And I am angry that it's not on regular network television like it used to be, where we can all kind of watch it together. But for those who don't have Apple Plus subscriptions, which is who owns the Peanuts now, right? You'll still be able to watch all of our traditional Charlie Brown specials for free, but a limited time around the holidays. So here is the breakdown. It's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown will be available to watch for free from October 28th to October 31st. Okay? The 28th to the 31st. So this is not next weekend, but the week after. Okay? A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will be available November 23rd through November 27th. And a Charlie Brown Christmas will be available from December 22nd through December 25th. I am going to put the dates, times, and links into the show notes so that you can find, because let me tell you something. If I didn't have, and I do have Apple TV, but if I didn't have Apple TV, this would anger me that I couldn't find it like on regular network television. Last year they played it on PBS. PBS does not have it again. I just saw an article about that. So this is just your heads up, guys. You're only going to be able to see it on Apple Plus TV. And then I'm going to put the links in the show notes so that you can find it quickly, easily when you do get ready to go look it up. But I am going to be watching It's the Great Pumpkin, all three, as usual, and I will be watching them, probably on the holiday or the day before the holiday, even though normally you kind of watch it the week before the holiday. Okay? All right, so that's my first piece of important news, and I think that's really the most critical thing that I could possibly say. Okay, so everything is pretty much downhill from there because I think it's important for us to know where to find the Peanuts. Okay, so the second thing is Red One. I told you guys previously, maybe a couple of times, about Red One coming up on Amazon Originals, right? So on Amazon Prime, you can be able to see the Amazon original movie Red One with Dwayne, The Rock, right? And Chris Evans, right? So The Rock, Chris Evans, And then guess who's joining them? Lucy Liu. I mean, if I didn't think it was must watch before, I love Lucy. Like, Lucy Liu is one of my favorite people. I grew to be a fan of hers way back with Ally McBeal. I don't know if, again, dating myself, but if anybody watched Ally McBeal and her on that show, she was just fantastic. I do own the entire Ally McBeal series. Normally during the Christmas holidays when I have time off, I will usually watch at least the parts of the seasons that I really love. But I loved her on that show. That's where I really became a fan of hers. So yeah, so she's joining Red One, and that has really become a must watch for me because I love her. Okay. All right. So Amazon original, Red One, Lucy Liu is joining the cast. I still don't know when exactly it's going to play, but I will, keep you guys updated once I get a date. All right. So number 3 in my ho 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 holiday headlines is Netflix. So, everybody left Netflix after they raised the prices on the thing, probably justifiably. So I did not leave Netflix because I was not leaving The Crown. You guys know I love The Crown, and I will pay all that money to watch The Crown in repeats as often as I want to. And I was actually just watching The Crown before I got up on this show today. So I love The Crown, and there's no way in the world that they will lose The Crown. If ever I can buy The Crown in a box set, then I might get rid of Netflix. But until that happens, I'm staying with Netflix. So at a minimum, that's going to keep me hooked into Netflix. But for those who have dumped Netflix because the price was too high, guess what? Now they're coming back just in time for Christmas with an advertisement supported service, and it's going to be $7 a month. But you'll have to watch all those freaking annoying ads. So, it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yes, you'll get the access back, but you'll have to watch those pain in the butt advertisements that they interrupt every 10 minutes for at least 3 to 4 minutes of ads and force you to watch them. You can't even forward past those suckers. Yeah. So yeah, I know I just inspired so many of you to go out and sign back up with Netflix. I'm sorry, Netflix. I really didn't mean to do that. I could be an ambassador because I could tell everybody that's the only way to watch The Crown. But yeah. So just something to keep in mind. Disney Plus and Hulu are all kind of targeting these pricing strategies in order to get their prices down so they can get their viewership back. I do not have those. I have all of those services, but I do not have the ad-supported services. So I can watch anything without commercials, and that's the way I like it. Yeah, so it's a pain, it costs, but I like having my variety. I don't want to run into something that I want to watch and I can't watch because I don't have the service, but I don't want to watch ads either. So there you have it. So anyway, that's just for people who are considering going back to Netflix. Ad-supported service, only $7 compared to $15.50 now for those of us who are paying the regular amount, the regular price monthly. Okay, something to keep in mind for especially as oh my gosh, falling for Christmas. Yeah, I mean, come on. So the next piece of my news, very quickly, Hallmark Enchanted event. I got my tickets, guys. I got my tickets. So I wanted to share a little bit of the experience that I'm going to have and also the ticketing price and process. But I'm excited. I am so excited to go to Hallmark's Enchanted event. Now, I am attending the one at Washington, D.C. at National Park. There are levels to the ticket prices. Let me just tell you, there's basic levels and then there's kind of zhuzhed up levels. VIP levels, right? And there's a lot of add-ons is what I will say. But the experience. So I had to I pulled this clip from the site where I got the tickets. Step inside a holiday adventure like no other. And let me tell you something. If you go online and you look at the Enchant event and you look at the pictures and you don't buy a ticket, you're a much better person than I am. There's no way in the world that I could see all those Christmas lights and not buy a ticket to go see them. I'm sorry. It's just not in me. There's nothing in me that says don't buy a ticket to go see the Christmas lights card. There's nothing in me that will allow me to do that. My mother's Christmas crazy spirit would have haunted me had I not purchased tickets to go see it. So I was going to see it. It didn't matter how much it cost. Anyway, so step inside a holiday adventure like no other and find your way to our epic 100-foot tall Christmas tree. Stroll through the lighted tunnels, and they have pictures of this online and like a video, I think, online. And larger than life displays, pictures, lights. I mean, good for you if you can resist it. I could not. Larger than life displays with your family and friends, snapping photos all along the way. And while you are there, you can help Santa save Christmas. Select your Enchant location to discover your city's magical maze story. So, of course, my magical maze story happens at Washington, D.C. National Park. I paid for the VIP tickets because if there's a line for anything I want to go into, I don't want to wait in a line. Just like I said, I don't want to watch ad-supported TV. I don't want to wait in line. Yes, they are pricey, but the basic tickets are about $35 per person, right? I bought 2, right? So that's $70 coming out of the box. But it's the add-ons that get you. It's the add-ons that get you a little out of your budget. So you can go for as cheaply as $35 per person, right? But there are add-ons. By the time I added on all my add-ons, my tickets were like $200 total. That was like the total price for everything. It wasn't like $200 per person. Okay, so it was $200 total, maybe a little bit more than that. You don't have to do that. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend you like paying all that high price. You know, if you if you can stand standing in line, and or your budget will only allow the basics, right? So it won't be worth it for you. Okay. So you get the Christmas maze, the light displays, right? So that's the maze. And then they have a Christmas village with vendors, right? Which I'm going to love. Then they have ice skating. Then they have Santa's Landing where you can take pictures with Santa. And I'm telling you, the scenery for Santa's Landing is just so phenomenal. Like you'll want to take a picture there. Even if Santa's not sitting there, you're going to want a picture with your family in Santa's Landing. And then on top of all this goodness, right? They top it all with food. So they say, with all this holiday fun, you're going to need some holiday snacks. Of course you need snacks, right? Because you got to keep your strength up to walk through the maze and ice skate and all that crap, right? Save room for our festive array of holiday food and special beverages. Try our over-the-top hot chocolate, spiked lighted cocktails. Hello, they're talking my language. Spiked lighted cocktails. I mean, could any 3 words be more perfectly suited to sit next to one another? Seriously. Spiked lighted cocktails, right? The best s'mores ever. I'm gonna have one. Hot entrees. I don't know if I'm gonna eat food. Specialty sandwiches. I might have a sandwich. Homemade donuts. Hot chocolate. Over the top hot chocolate. And then homemade donuts. Come on, man. I mean, like, I'm going to be broke by the time I leave here. I'm just letting you know. Some stuff I'm going to get just to bring home so I can take a picture and tweet it out as part of Chicks on Christmas Flicks, because I feel like this is really a Chicks on Christmas Flicks event. But it had to happen. Okay? So, Enchant events. They happen in these locations, and they run from like around Thanksgiving weekend to the 1st of January. Okay? And you do have to buy tickets for a particular day. And then you can add the cost of parking, and you can also add the cost of canceling, which is what I did, right? I added paid $35 for the tickets. I added the price for the VIP. I added the price for parking, and then I added the price if I needed to cancel for any reason, because my work schedule is going to be insane, and I'm hoping to be able to make it. But if something critical at work happens, then I'm not going to be able to go, and I'm not going to kill myself to go, so I'll have to cancel. But so I added when I added all of that stuff, right, you could hear it was like $20 for parking, $50 for VIP, $15 for to cancel. And by the time I added all that stuff, it was over $200. I'm just saying, the add-ons will kill you. But if you get the basic tickets for $35 and you don't mind standing in the line, you'll enjoy the rest of the experience. Anyway, the locations for the enchanted events: Dallas, Texas at Fair Park, Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Ballpark, Las Vegas at the Resort World Las Vegas, Nashville at First Horizon Park, Sacramento, California at Sutter Health Park, San Jose, California at PayPal Park, Scottsdale, Arizona at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick, St. Petersburg, Florida at Tropicana Field, and of course Washington, D.C. at Nationals Park. So there are 9 locations nationwide where they're going to have these enchanted events, and I really hope that you guys can make it to the one closest to you. So my plan is to go the Thanksgiving weekend, because I think I'm going to be busy all through Christmas. But keep an eye on my Twitter, because once I go, I am going to post pictures of everything. Okay, so now it is time to get into the movie watching schedule for weekend 1 of Countdown to Christmas and the TV Christmas movie season kick off. Okay, so I am dating this show is going to be centered around October 21st through October 24th. Okay. Please note that programming is subject to change. Sometimes it changes on my menu, but I did look forward on my Verizon menu and I saw all the movies, and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this, and I was like, you know what? You need to share that on your show. So that's what I'm going to do. Did I mention that I can't wait for Christmas movies? Like, I can almost feel my blood pressure going down as I talk about Christmas movies this weekend. Please do not forget to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram every day. Starting on October 21st, I will be publishing the top 3 movies of the day every morning. That's going to be the first thing I do in the morning, so you can catch it all day. And I will pin it to my page, so you can see what my selections are every day. And hopefully you'll get to watch the selections right along with me. But there are going to be 3 movies every day that I watch. And then at the end of the week, there will be 3 movies that I recap and review. Okay? Now, let's start with October 21st. Starting October 21st, that Friday, right? There's good stuff happening, right? First of all, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, and Lifetime are showing Christmas movies that day. Lifetime is showing a more limited collection of movies, and on Hallmark and Movies and Mysteries and Hallmark Channel, they go to 24/7 Christmas movies. I cannot wait. So October 21st, 6 a.m. is A Wish Before Christmas. That's how I'm going to start my day. 6 a.m. Lacey Chabert, Paul Green. Love that movie. At 8 a.m., Christmas in Evergreen, the original Christmas in Evergreen with Ashley Williams. One of my favorite movies. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, 8 a.m. After that comes Christmas for Keeps. That's at 10 a.m. That's with Ashley Newbrough. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I can't wait to watch that one. And then at noon is Northern Lights of Christmas with Ashley Williams again at noon. Northern Lights of Christmas is one of my favorites, and I think she did that one with Corey Sevier too, so I love that movie. It's kind of, good in keeping with that, because, he's kind of stars in the first premiere later that night. Then next on my list is Delivered by Christmas with Alvina August and Eon Bailey at 2 p.m. Delivered by Christmas on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I love that movie. One of my favorites. At 4 p.m. on Hallmark Channel, so I'm switching from Hallmark Movies and Mysteries to Hallmark at 4 p.m. because I gotta watch An Unexpected Christmas with Bethany Joy Lenz and Tyler Hynes. I mean, hello. Yeah, there's no missing that. Then I'm staying on the Hallmark Channel because I'll be watching My Christmas Family Tree with Amy Teagarden. We know that one. That's kind of where the DNA test revealed that she has this whole family that she didn't know she had. And then, yeah, then things happened. I'll just leave it there. And then the premiere. The first premiere of the season. Noel Next Door with Corey Sevier and Natalie Hall. And again, I thought this movie was going to be kind of like... Christmas Next Door was going to be kind of like Christmas Next Door with Jesse Metcalfe and Fiona Gubelman, right? Where you have the cranky next door guy. But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think in the previous episode I named another movie. I can't remember what that is now. I still haven't had coffee, so forgive me. But Noel Next Door with Corey Sevier and Natalie Hall premieres at 8 p.m. at the same time on Lifetime. If you don't want to see the premiere, they will be showing The Holiday. First at 8 p.m., then at 10 p.m. I think is Blending Christmas with Errol O'Connell and Haley Duff and the Brady Bunch, if you remember that from Lifetime last year. And then they will be showing The Holiday again. So if you want to flip to Lifetime, they're going to have showings starting at 8 o'clock. I, however, will be watching Noel Next Door. And then at 10 p.m. on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, I will be leaving Hallmark and going back to Hallmark Movies and Mysteries with Debbie McComer's A Mrs. Miracle Christmas, which I loved from last year. And I told you guys, I said I thought I was going to have my doubts about it, about having, after Doris passed away. And I was like, I don't know, she played that role and I can't see anybody else in it. And I loved it. So there you have it. October 22nd, okay? Starts off with a Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas. If I'm up, I will be watching that at midnight on October 22nd with Rachel Cook. I love a Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas. So that's on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. On Hallmark at 2 a.m., I will be changing channels to Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater with Ashley Williams. Yay! And I think she's in that with Niall Mater, right? And then, I'll take a little nap. And then on Hallmark at 6 a.m., 5-Star Christmas with Bethany Joy Lenz and Victor Webster. I mean, come on, man. You can't miss that. That was one of my favorite. That landed in one of my top 10 favorite movies one of my top 10 favorite Hallmark movies of the season. And probably one of my favorite movies of the season overall. Because I love that movie. It still sits on my DVR till today. It's one of those movies that I will watch. As a matter of fact, when I get off here, I might watch it. I love it that much. Then, so that's at 6 a.m. At 8 a.m., we got a tie. We got a tie here. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. They're going to be showing The Christmas Train. Okay? With Kimberly Williams, right? Paisley, Ashley Williams' sister. And they're going to be showing The Christmas Waltz with Lacey Chabert and Will Kemp on the Hallmark Channel. Now, it used to be, there was a time when The Christmas Train would have won that battle. But honestly, I have grown to love The Christmas Waltz. So I think Lacey and Will win out at 8 a.m. on Hallmark, on the Hallmark Channel at 8 a.m. on October 22nd. I think I've got to go with The Christmas Waltz there, but it's a tie. It could go either way. At 10 a.m., Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, I will be watching A Joyous Christmas. I love that movie. Michael Brady sings like an angel in that movie. If you've never heard him sing, you got to watch it just to hear him sing. Just saying. And then at there's a 2 p.m. battle. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, a Godwink Christmas Meant for Love with Cindy Busby and Ben Hollingsworth. And then Christmas with the Darlings with Katrina Law. Now, you know how much I love Katrina Law from Snow Bride. So I love Christmas with the Darlings as well. And again, kind of a battle. I'm thinking Godwink's probably going to win that battle, but we'll see how it goes. Then, The 9 Kittens of Christmas, 4 p.m. with Kimberly Sustad and Brandon Routh. We know I love that movie. I still have The 9 Lives of Christmas on my DVR. I do not have The 9 Kittens of Christmas, but in my land there. It was a room thing. It was nothing else. Next, at 6 p.m., a Small Town Christmas with Ashley Newbrough. Okay, and then Noel Next Door replay. So if you missed Noel Next Door on Friday, you can catch it on October 22nd, Saturday at 6 p.m. I will definitely catch Noel Next Door on Friday, so I will be watching A Small Town Christmas with Ashley Newbrough, who is another one of my favorite Hallmark actresses, hands down. Like her, Amy Teagarden, and there's like a list of others, but they're like so high on my list of actresses that I love and like everything they do. To me, they're so natural. Anyway, love them. Premiere at 8 p.m. We Wish You a Merry Christmas with Marisol Nichols and Christopher Palaha. If you listened to the Diversity Day, this was one of the Diversity Day selections. It kind of reminds me, and I love this kind of new model for Hallmark. It kind of reminded me a little bit, just in terms of the rocky marriage beginning, at like Cranberry Christmas, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. But just the marriage on the rocks kind of theme. Cranberry Christmas, it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, it's completely different. And We Wish You a Merry Christmas looks a lot funnier than Cranberry Christmas was. Although Cranberry Christmas was a strong comeback movie for Nikki DeLoach for me. So I love that movie. And then, so on October 22nd, we have another premiere. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, We Need a Little Christmas with Erica Durance, Patrick Sabangui, and then Lynn Whitfield is in this movie, which also was on my Diversity Day list because there's a relationship between Lynn and Erica that to me is going to feature so prominently in the movie that it was worthy of a Diversity Day shout out. So I'm excited for that. Okay. Then on October 23rd, Sunday, okay, on Hallmark, we have Cross Country Christmas with Rachel Cook and Grayson Holt at 2 a.m. Then we have Christmas Next Door, which I have talked about multiple times. It's one of my favorite. I love that movie. Jesse Metcalf, and I know about Jesse, but I do love the movie. And Fiona Gubelman, 10 a.m. And then on the 12th date of Christmas at noon with Mallory Jansen and Tyler Hines. Love that movie. That has been one of my top favorite movies for the past 3 years. One of my top favorite, not my top favorite, but certainly one of my top favorite, and definitely one of my top favorite from Hallmark. It was so funny that premiered, I want to say, in the first year that they showed this, it premiered like in the first or second week of Hallmark. I think it was actually the first Hallmark movie of the year, of Christmas, of the countdown to Christmas. And I was thinking, it can't be that good that early. Like, there's got to be stuff to top it. Nothing from that season topped it for me. It was the first movie I saw, and it ended up being my favorite movie of that year. So, on the 12th date of Christmas, still ranks high on my Christmas movie list. That will be on Sunday, October 23rd at noon with Mallory Jansen and Tyler Hines. The premiere, and I actually think I'm going to love this movie, is A Kismet Christmas at 8 p.m. with Sarah Ramos and Carlo Marx, and then Mary Lou Henner. And this is a big story about Christmas cookies. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I read the premise. I love the premise for that movie. If I miss it, it's because I passed out. I mean, there's like no other reason why I'm going to miss that. It looks so good. So definitely put A Kismet Christmas at the top of your list because I love the premise. Not exactly like any other premise that I've seen anywhere else. And then at 10 p.m., Next Stop Christmas, which we all know last year was my number one movie of the year. I love that movie. Still love that movie. It still sits on my DVR. 10 p.m., Next Stop Christmas. I'm excited to see that. Okay. Now, October 24th, Monday, right? Everybody goes back to work and you're not really feeling the whole Christmas movie thing. But guess what? October 24th, Lifetime is going to be running a day of Christmas movies starting at 8 a.m. So I'm going to go through their list and then I will talk about what I think is fantastic about Monday, October 24th, and Christmas movies on Hallmark. On Lifetime, they are running, these are the highlights. These are the ones that I would watch. So this is not all the movies, but these are just the ones that I would watch. 12 Men of Christmas, I think it shows at 8 a.m. Dear Santa, that is a classic. Dear Santa is an absolute classic movie that must be watched by one and all. So I think that is noon. And then The Flight Before Christmas with Mayim Bialik, right? And Ryan McPartlin. Mayim from The Big Bang Theory, right? Sheldon's girlfriend. I love The Flight Before Christmas. It is absolutely one of my favorite Christmas movies on Lifetime. Period, point blank, end of story. And then at the end of the day, they repeat. So The Flight Before Christmas comes on at 6 p.m. And then they repeat The Holiday and Blending Christmas and The Holiday again. Okay? So that is coming on Lifetime. But the problem is there's huge conflict with all the classics that they are going to show between Hallmark and Hallmark Movies and Mysteries all day on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries and the Hallmark Channel. I mean, the absolute classics. These are the movies, these constitute the movies. Not all the movies, but I don't feel like I've had Countdown to Christmas if I haven't seen, I'll say, all of these movies, really. There's just not one that I can remove and say, yeah, no. Okay, so on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries at 6 a.m. on the 24th, Hats Off to Christmas. Who among you could go through Countdown to Christmas an entire season and not see this movie? I want to know who you are. I want to know who you are so that I can degrade you. No, I'm just kidding. I can't go the season without seeing this movie. This is like one of those, if I don't see it, I feel unsettled. At Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, 8 a.m., I'm Not Ready for Christmas with Alicia Witt. Who can go through the whole season and not see that? I can't. At 10 a.m., The Christmas Note. Who can go through and not see The Christmas Note? Man, I swear, that's the movie I love. I cry every single time I cry, and I know how it's going to end. I've seen that movie 100 times, and every time I cry, it's ridiculous. On Hallmark Movies and Mysteries at 12 p.m., A Cookie Cutter Christmas with Aaron Krakow. Okay, David Hayden Jones, come on. Aaron, When Calls the Heart. David, 5 More Minutes with Nikki DeLoach, which I just talked about earlier in the season 3. So, but classic movie. I can't go without seeing. If I don't see A Cookie Cutter Christmas, I'm not a happy camper. Okay, then on Hallmark Channel, we get The Christmas House, which has become a new classic for me, right? Jonathan Bennett, who I affectionately call JB, and Robert Buckley, Chesapeake Shores. We know, right? I can't go without seeing that movie. The most wonderful time of the year. Who can go an entire Countdown to Christmas and not see this movie? I want to know who you are so I can point you out and make fun of you, because I can't. This is a movie I cannot go without seeing, period. Henry Winkler, Brooke Burns, Warren Christie, Warren Christie. Did you hear what I said? Fine Warren Christie. Crashing Through the Snow, Warren Christie. Yeah, that Warren Christie. Yeah. So, and then on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, we get Cranberry Christmas at 8 p.m. with Nikki DeLoach. Like I told you, I talked about it earlier. She won her favor back with me. I was kind of mad at her after Christmas Land for reasons that true fans of the show know, because I have explained my Christmas Land beef with Nikki DeLoach. However, she won favor back with this movie because I absolutely loved it. So Cranberry Christmas is absolutely a new classic for me. And then another new classic with one of my favorite actresses on the channel right now, which is Once Upon a Christmas Miracle at 10 p.m. with Amy Teagarden. And then Brett Dalton, who I also love because he's a hunka burning love. So Amy's favorite actress, Brett, hunka burning love. I mean, there you go. And then Amy this weekend is about to star in Autumn in the City, which I'm excited to see because it's Amy, and then it's Autumn in the City, which kind of reminds me of that movie Summer in the City. Remember Vivica Fox and that other actress was in there. So now I wonder if they're going to have like Spring in the City and Winter in the City. It would just make sense to me if I saw those. So I'm just really kind of waiting to see what they come up with for those. But anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for what I'm going to be watching that first weekend. Please stay tuned. I will be reviewing the premieres on October 23rd, maybe it's 24th. I don't know. If I have a long weekend and a lot of crap to do, it may come out on that Tuesday, but it will definitely be out before the next weekend. Keep an eye out on Twitter and Instagram for the Daily Top 3. And again, big news coming up next weekend, in the 21st weekend, hopefully on the 21st. Brittany from Hallmark Enthusiast 247 and I are doing our Top 12 show. Our first Top 12 show of the season. It will cover from October through Thanksgiving. And then we'll do another show from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And then we'll do our recap show if I can convince her to do the recap show, which I hope I can convince her to do that because we love Brittany from Hallmark Enthusiast 247. And I love talking Christmas movies with her. I don't know of anyone as Christmas crazy as I am except her. Like, I don't know. Like, there may be others out there, but yeah, she ranks high for me. Anyway, so we postponed the show because she's got some family things going on, and I know that's her first priority. So if we need to move it or whatever, I am really just going to listen to what she needs, and we will, move it or postpone it. Now, hold on, let me back up. She actually was ready on time. What the problem was, Lifetime had not released its list of movies, and I didn't want to do a show where we talked about our top 12 and it missed all the Lifetime movies, right? So that postponement was my fault. But the upcoming postponement, like I said, it could be on time. It would be great if it's on time. But if she needs to postpone for any reason, then it might get pushed off another day or a week or whatever. And so I'll just play it by ear with her. Anyway, so that is that. Please stay tuned. There's so much more to come this season. A few people I got to reach out to see if I can kind of coax them to be on the show for interviews. But it should be a very exciting time. So thank you to my music and show editor, Will B. He created all the custom music for this show. He's at Wildcard Music, and you can find his IG page in the show notes. Until next time, remember, at Chicks on Christmas Flicks, we can never have too many Christmas movies. We can only have not enough Christmas movies. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a review on your favorite platform, and tell your Christmas movie loving friends about this show. Where can you find us? I'm so happy you asked. We are on all the podcast platforms. Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and many, many more. You can find your favorite link, your favorite platform in the link in the show notes. Please follow us on Twitter at Chicks on Christmas Flicks, all X's, and follow us on IG at Chicks on Christmas Flicks. Thank you so much for listening in, and I will see you guys next week. It's the season.